Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Imprecisely once again. It's your boy Jordan Valenzuela, and I'm joined by my good friend, my Samoan brother. You guys know him as the real Ati on Instagram, but I know him as Brother
Right, right.
Jimmy. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? What's
How
up?
you doing? First of all, we did not plan this,
Yep.
not at all.
Yeah, we did not plan it. It's not scripted, man.
Hey, let's just for the thumbnail real quick. Just throw it up real quick, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, man.
Yeah, it has. Man, I
Yep.
don't even know where to start. Let's just for okay, for everybody who doesn't know, I'm just excited right now. I met Jimmy here through the church actually.
Yeah.
But what's funny is before all of that, I mean after all that we got to know each other and we hung out and did God's work and we added each other on social media. I didn't know. I was like, oh, this guy's famous. This guy's like a Instagram celebrity. This guy's like a Oahu celebrity. Like what is that? 40,000 plus followers on Instagram.
Oh man, yes.
Yeah, it's just so for everyone who doesn't know, our church is in our church in the Nazarenes in Wahiwa, and you guys is in was it Miley, bro, or out in
Ever
on the
Beach.
west?
Yeah,
Ever
Ever
Beach, sorry,
Beach.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I forgot the specific event, but Pastor Davis, your father-in-law, is
Yeah.
good friends with my dad, and I think he reached out and then he asked if like our worship team, our band would want to join you guys. So
Right.
we did
Right.
we met up for like was it a week? About we were practicing a couple of days, just running a couple of songs, and then we I think Pastor Davis held some kind of event. It was like a fundraiser type of thing for
Yeah. I,
something.
I think it was the youth conference.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
So it
that.
was
Yeah, it
a
was the youth conference.
yeah, that's right. So it was a youth conference held at Honolulu First Church in town,
Yeah. Right.
Walenija Nazarene School, and then we killed it,
Yeah.
man. Like their band and our church band, like we joined forces and we like we rocked that the God's house that night. We played a lot of music
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
We just had a blast, like worshiping God, and like it was for a good cause. And then like we got Jimmy and I and the rest of our family and his family got really close, and like we've been friends ever since. And then next thing you know, I find out
Yeah.
he's like on Instagram, like viral videos, celebrity. He's a Lakers fan. And by the way, Jimmy is like one of the best drummers I personally know.
No,
Like
man.
you guys,
No,
you
you're
guys,
one of the best guitarists, man.
man, like you guys see him on Instagram with being funny and just like being a comedian and lighting up your day. But this guy is a serious musician. Like this guy
Yeah.
kills it on the drums, bro. It was
Thanks,
an honor.
bro.
It was an honor
Thanks.
playing with you guys. It was so fun. Like
No,
I
same
don't know why
here.
we haven't done it again.
I know. I know.
Yeah,
But with all this pandemic thing, hopefully everything opens back up and then,
yeah, yeah.
we can start playing together again.
Yeah, that was really fun. Well,
Yeah, it
what
was.
we were. It was like a fundraiser for something, right? Like it was a youth conference, but they was going towards some kind of event or mission trip or something, I believe, if
Yeah, I
I'm not
believe
mistaken.
so. Yeah, it was a while ago. It seemed like so long
Yeah,
ago, didn't it?
yeah, I know.
But I think you're right. I know it was a youth conference and some kind of fundraiser, but
Hmm.
I can't remember right now.
Yeah, and I remember too. It was awesome. Like there was a cross on the stage, and towards the end, a bunch of
Yeah,
youth were like going up, writing their testimonies or prayer
right.
requests. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was like a real life changing moment. Like God was definitely there in that time, in that period, and it was an
Yeah,
honor to play with you
Pastor
guys, man.
yeah, we had that guest pastor from the mainland, Pastor Lucky.
Yes, that's right. He was
Yeah,
awesome.
that's right. Yeah. So
I
he had
thought
a
that guy was
powerful message.
Samoan at first because like just
Yeah,
he grew up with
he's
Samoans, right?
actually Hispanic, but he
Yeah,
was raised by Samoans.
yeah. I
Yeah,
was
so
like,
yeah.
yeah. Hey man, let's just get the elephant in the room out of the way. Our
Yeah.
Los Angeles Lakers are 2020 champs, everybody. So for those of you
Yep.
who hate the Lakers who are watching, you're welcome. For our other Laker fans, you're welcome too. We did it. We did
Man,
it.
it feels so good to call ourselves champs again. It's been too long, man.
Yeah.
Too long. Yeah.
We're it was 2010. I remember exactly. I
Yeah.
was I saw it on Instagram, but before that, I already kind of I was putting things together in my head. So like Kobe won his fourth in Orlando. LeBron won the fourth in Orlando.
Right.
They played Rockets, then Nuggets in the conference finals. Then LeBron played Rockets, then Nuggets in the conference finals.
Yeah.
And it was like everything just kind of lined up, and it was like about a 10-year exact decade, you know, '09 and then 2020, of course.
Right.
It just kind of seemed like, you know, God's plan. It was just destiny, and then
Man.
all the more so, like, you know, doing it for Kobe, rest in peace, and yeah, I was blown away. It was I was genuinely happy. Because I thought the season was gonna get canceled. I mean, it kind of did. It got postponed, but I thought it wasn't even gonna, you know, continue.
I know, right? Because I was so bummed when they canceled put it on hold, the NBA season.
Mm-hmm.
And I seriously, like, I was like, man, we got a chance to win it all again.
Yeah.
And then this is going to happen. But when the NBA came back, oh, man, I was so happy. But,
Yeah.
you know, you got a lot of haters saying that we had so much of a long break that LeBron was able to get healthy and all that. You know, a lot of haters are going to say a lot of stuff about why we went. And then they're saying because KD wasn't playing, Steph wasn't playing. You know, all those stuff haters are going to say, you know, so.
They'll always find an excuse.
Oh, man.
My
Yeah,
my
so.
my thing was like when LeBron first came. I don't know if exactly it was his first year or the second, but when he got injured, and then LA was like what they were gonna be the eighth or seventh seed regardless, and then LeBron got injured, and then they didn't make the playoffs. But it's like people forget so quick. Just because LeBron missed one
Yeah.
year, they forget like this dude's still in his prime. He's still one of the best people walking the earth in terms of basketball players. Like he's went to
Right.
the finals.
Yeah.
I think what like 10 times out of his 17-year career. Like
Yeah. And I
he's out
think
for
there's one
1 year
time
and
he
they
went
forget.
like 6 straight. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, man.
You know what's funny too? Like before all that, because I grew up a die-hard Kobe fan. You know what I mean? So
Man.
I grew up with that Kobe versus LeBron debate
Right.
every day. And then when Kobe retired and then LeBron came over, I was like, yeah, a part of me, I was in the middle. You know, I was like, ooh, okay, we're back in title contention. We got a chance to make playoffs.
Right,
At the
right.
same time, it's like, I don't know if I wanted to get more rings than Kobe. I was like in the middle,
You
and
know,
then in the
I couldn't stand LeBron when he was playing for the Cavs and the Heat.
yeah,
I couldn't stand LeBron, but now that LeBron's on the Lakers, it's like totally switched. You
same.
know, I love Kobe, man. So, but I mean
Yeah.
Kobe, I love LeBron.
No, yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
so
Because in my
yeah,
mind personally, Kobe's like my all-time favorite. He's the best. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
then
yeah.
it's like, okay, through and through. At the end of the day, we're living in now. LeBron's a Laker now, so like he's our guy. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
when we got AD, I was like, oh, this is really shaping up. And then just pieces started adding, and then Paul George was flirting with the idea he was gonna come, and Kawhi too. They were like giving us false hope,
Oh man.
but I'm glad it worked out the way that it did. We got all these role playing pieces rather than those big stars. I think this was so much better in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. But you know, a lot of people doubted the Lakers, man. You know, we weren't even in uh to win it all
Yeah.
category. Like the Clippers were up there. Like they really thought the Clippers was gonna take it all and the Lakers wasn't gonna win anything. But a lot of those sports analysts that doubted the Lakers, they should be fired,
Yeah. No, some of them I don't even
man.
understand. Like, you know what always tripped me out? Like coming up, listening to media and all that stuff. The like going back to the Kobe LeBron comparisons. If you ask the analysts and the commentators, they would all like, if they go off statistics and everything, they all say LeBron, LeBron, LeBron. And respect to LeBron.
Yeah.
When they interview actual players who've competed against both of them, majority of them say Kobe. Like it's harder.
Yep.
It's harder guarding him. He's like a Swiss Army knife. He can go this way to this. But I was always wondering because people forget when Kobe was younger, he was super athletic. He was a crazy dunker. And then like when he hit a certain age after a few injuries, he was like smart enough to adjust his game and he became more of a shooter and a playmaker. So I was wondering, okay, like that
Yep.
style that LeBron and Blake Griffin and play, it's really taxing on your body. I don't know if you could keep that up for like a long career. So I was wondering
Yeah.
when LeBron hits that point, is he gonna be able to switch up his game? And man, his shot now he pulls up from like Steph Curry range, and it's like he hits it like
LeBron, yeah, his shot improved a lot, but like, um, I think the thing with Braun, the difference between Braun and Kobe, Braun really takes care of his body.
yeah.
You know, he's always working out consistent. I mean, that guy's built like a tight end. in the NFL, man. You know, to think a guy that size can run up and down the court and jump the way he jumps, and at that age, you know what I mean? Like, he still looks like he's in his prime, but I don't know, man. Like, LeBron to me looks ageless, man. Like, I think he got like 3 or 4 more years left in him.
Yeah,
And
if I'm not
a
mistaken,
lot
his
of people,
contract was 4 years.
I think so. I was just watching the news. AD is gonna be a free agent, right?
I seen that, and with round two, and then I seen everybody saying like, "Oh, it's a one and done." I was like, man, if
Yeah,
business wise, LA's not LA's smart. They always get their guys. I think me personally, what I believe is they did what they had to do to get them on the roster, and then they secured the chip, and now it's like they're just gonna test free agency, but really what they're doing is they're just renegotiating for a new contract for more money. They have full intentions of staying, but rather than playing out
yep,
and extending your contract, if you kind of end it and then renegotiate for a new contract for more money, which I bet the
right.
Lakers are willing to pay to keep him, it's smart. So I think they're AD and Rondo. They're just gonna renegotiate their contracts with new money, but I believe they're staying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're gonna keep AD. The Lakers gonna do whatever they can to keep that guy, man.
Yeah,
He's the future, man.
yeah. I
Yeah,
was thinking like the way they set it up is like when LeBron retires, AD's the face of the Lakers. He's the star.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I was,
yeah.
you know,
So
I thought about something too, like for him to jump on this team and then automatically win the first year, he's people are shocked. Like, no, he's been this guy. He's been this player. It's just the team he was with, the pieces that he had, and the coaching that he had. That speaks volumes. Like it really makes a difference. Like your team, your role players, your bench, your coaching staff, the plays. Because look, you switch it up. You add him to this guy. You add this piece to his game, and look, he walked in, won a chip. It's like it was just that
yeah, I
Pelican
mean,
team.
I already knew LeBron wasn't gonna win it his first year.
Mm.
You know, I didn't. I knew we weren't gonna make the playoffs and all that and take it all. But I mean, to do it in his second year, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. You know, I mean, a lot, man. We weren't even supposed to be, you know, this not even supposed to be at the topic. The Lakers winning it all. You know, we had so many people doubting us, man. But my question is, at one Laker fan to another, you think we're gonna take it again next year?
I I I a good part of me believes we might back to back. I really do. We ride this momentum wave.
I
I
know,
think
man.
I love the squad now, but I think maybe in the offseason they might do some switching around, maybe trade or get some more role players
Yeah,
or playmakers,
yeah.
and then you keep the core that we have now. Man, I don't see even if KD and them come back. I'm just being biased, of course, but it's like we got LeBron in his prime
Oh
right
yeah,
now. We got
oh yeah.
AD, and AD is so versatile. Like he could totally play center because there's no real big men in the league anymore. He can totally maybe Embiid, but like he can really play center and he can pull up and shoot. He got handles too. It's like, what are you gonna do? He
Man,
can.
AD, he's the all around package, man.
Mhm.
Anthony Davis, and
Yeah.
it makes me wonder if KD is gonna come back the same player after the Achilles injury.
Oh, it was
So,
Achilles.
you
Yeah,
know,
I
that's
thought
another question. Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it was
So
like a
we'll
knee or
see if
something.
KD comes back. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really happy for Steve Nash getting that coaching job. Nah, man. Nash is
Oh
one of my
man.
favorite point guards wise. I don't really like because just all the battles he had with LA growing up in Phoenix. But I like when he came to the Lakers in that 2012, 2013 season. That was like a lot of potential. Like they could have done well too. Like it's just Kobe got injured with his Achilles. It was Kobe, Dwight, Powell,
Yeah.
Artest, Steve Nash.
Oh,
But
Dwight Howard, man. I'm happy he got a ring.
me too, me too. I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Like
so happy for the. Yeah.
yeah, there's three people on there especially that I'm happy for. Besides LeBron, of course, there's AD, Dwight, and Rondo. I feel like those guys they were
Oh,
still good, but people kind of disrespected them almost like in the league, just kind of they're
yeah.
washed up. It's a one and done kind of thing, or they're gatekeepers. But like they played their role, and man, they won, and I'm so happy, especially for Dwight. Because like the flack that he got the first time he came to LA, and the disrespect that he got
Right. Right.
at the time too. I gotta admit, I was like, oh, this dude's soft. Shaq was right,
Man,
Kobe was
that's what I
right.
was thinking too. Yeah. I
But
was
like,
like, man, what a waste to pick up Dwight Howard, man. What a waste. But now to see him get his ring, and he's so much humble and in the right
mhm,
place right now. You
yeah,
know, I think when we first signed him, like he wasn't in the right place at the time.
yeah,
You know, and he looks more fit now.
hmm yeah. It's like he wasn't even the way. If you look at him now and you stack him up with AD and McGee, it's like it's hard to believe that he was like one of the most dominant centers just a few years ago, like when he was in
Yeah,
Orlando
man.
and stuff.
Right.
Because he doesn't even really look like a
Yep.
center now.
Yep.
He's like a power forward. But
Yeah.
like,
He's big now. He's big.
yeah. You know what I appreciate too about him and like Rondo and stuff. Like they have total superstar like an aura about them. But they came in knowing that they're gonna be role players, and they stuck to it. And they're
Yeah.
so that's it. That's all you could ask from them, and they did their job. Like besides LeBron, like Rondo's really the one guy who is able to like spread the floor and create offense and create smooth transitions. Like when
Yep.
you have
Yep.
him together, like that post. Remember that post I posted on my story, and then you replied to it. Like I grew up watching LeBron in Cleveland, Rondo in Boston,
Yeah.
Dwight in Orlando, all
Right.
playing against Kobe. They were the stars of their
And
teams,
it
and
just
then now
right.
they're
Yeah. And now
Lakers.
look at it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man. It's
yeah,
crazy. I mean, you would have never thought like all those guys that played against Kobe are all on one
yeah.
team now, and then for this to happen to Kobe, and then for them to bring a championship. I mean,
Mhm.
the beginning of the year started off when Kobe passed away.
Yeah.
Like all Laker Nation was just down. I mean, this is a big
I feel like
lift
the
for
world was
Laker
down, you know.
Nation.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So um I don't know. Like when Kobe passed away, it's like 2020 just went downhill from there.
yeah. That was like the
You know,
starting.
yeah. But now that the Lakers won it all, I mean, it's like a real life movie that happened right in front of our face, man.
Hmm
This wasn't even scripted, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then like you said, there's always people are always gonna find a reason to hate or an excuse. Like they said, like this chip don't count because it's there's no home, there's no away crowds or blah blah blah. There's no
Right.
traveling. I mean, like if you try to discredit it like that, let's just appreciate the fact that NBA found a way to continue sports. And then like
Right. Right.
if you're saying this doesn't count, I guarantee if LeBron lost, you would say it counted. It's, they're just
Yep.
trying to.
If any other team won a championship that
It
wasn't
would count.
LeBron, it would count. But
Yeah,
since LeBron won it, the guy, even after he won the championship, he still gets no respect.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I there's a guy that told me, um, he said that they're calling us 24-hour champs, open gym champs. It's like because we have no fans, they're like playing at 24-hour fitness.
Oh,
So
I
that's
see.
what they're basically. Yeah, they're calling us like 24-hour fitness champs. So, you know, at the end of the day, we're always going to have that 2020 champions
Mm-hmm.
on our name. So, I don't
Yep.
care what anybody says, man.
No ways. That's solid gold to me. No,
Exactly.
and my thing was like even prior to COVID and the bubble and all that and the little hiatus that they took, those few couple months that they were playing like regularly, not even like a couple months, maybe like half a year, that they were still
Yeah,
killing it. We were number one seed the
they
whole
were.
time.
Yep,
We were the
yep.
first seed the whole time. So this was gonna happen regardless.
Yeah. So
So
people were saying, if we played a full season, if LeBron's body would have, be able to take on all those games and stuff like that. So they were saying that, like I was telling you earlier, that break kind of gave LeBron's body some rest. People come up with so many
yeah,
excuses on why we won the championship and stuff. But like you said, even before the pandemic started, we were killing teams, man.
yeah, we
You
were
know what I
number
mean?
ones from the gate.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I really wanted to see uh, that old school rivalry. I wanted to see the Celtics and the Lakers,
Mm-hmm.
but I was so surprised the Heat beat the Celtics, man. That was a big surprise for me.
That one I had that one like up in the air, like whoever could have.
Yeah,
For me, it was gonna be historic regardless, because I thought for one we were gonna get Battle of LA. That would
yeah,
be iconic. And then
yeah. That
regardless
was
of
a
who
big
won,
surprise.
at the end of the day, not really. They don't got depth like that. No, but then
True.
and then like in terms of the finals, it was gonna be historic regardless because you got LeBron either going up against his team that he won with against his old
Right.
coach, or against the Celtics. So
True. True.
yeah, but I respect
But
I respect Tatum a lot. I know he grew up a big Kobe fan. He even had camps with him. He trained with him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
only gonna get better too. He just
He's
needs.
a beast. He's a
Oh
beast. And Miami has a lot of young players that are going to be
yeah,
looking good in the future for them, like Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. Those guys are they're
man, they were
shooters, man.
pissing me off the whole
Man,
series.
Tyler Hero was pissing me off,
When he
man.
did that lip too, and then
Yeah,
Jamie was like, "They're in trouble." I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
bro, don't
That's
relax,
I was
relax."
like, that's where you guys made that mistake, man. You guys shouldn't be, showboating like that. But Tyler Hero, he's a cocky kid, man, but he got game. I gotta admit
Yeah,
that he got game.
yeah. I'm not a
But
hater. I give credit where it's due.
I'm glad LeBron punked him on that dunk, that breakaway dunk.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then like, man, there wasn't even no contact, bro. He just kind
Man,
of,
that was a flop.
yeah.
Yeah, Hero flopped on that one, man.
I gotta ask, bro. Where do you remember where you were at, what you were doing when you got the news that Kobe passed?
It was a Sunday. We
Mhm.
just finished service.
Oh,
Me and Nora was heading to Costco to get gas for our car.
mhm.
I still remember that day. And then we were waiting in line, and we were just talking amongst ourselves. And then we get all these text messages. Did you guys hear about Kobe? Did you guys hear about Kobe? He just died. And I was like, I thought it was one of those hoax thing that people put on Facebook.
Mhm.
But then we turned on the radio to ESPN 1420, and it was true. They said Kobe passed away in a helicopter crash. And I honestly, I was shocked. I was just quiet that whole time. And I don't know. I felt like my heart got ripped out of my chest, man. Like, everybody, Laker Nation, we love Kobe, man.
Mhm.
And to this day, man, it's still hard for me to believe that Kobe's gone, man. You know,
Same.
I'm never gonna forget that day.
Yeah, because he's just one of those like big, larger than life characters, real life
Yeah,
superheroes. You feel like if something like that would happen, he'd be the type of guy to grab his daughter, jump out the helicopter, land on his feet, kind of
right.
thing. You know?
Yeah, it's
I
crazy, man.
Yeah, me, you know Travis, right?
Yeah, Travis.
I mean, a bunch of people were bombing me because we had service later in the day on Sundays.
Yeah,
So I woke up to a lot of these messages, and the first one I read was Trav, and then all I read was like, "Oh, I hope it's not true." And I was like, "Huh?" And I like rubbed my eyes a little bit.
yeah.
I started reading everything. Yeah, I was like, my heart dropped, and then respectfully, I never usually like shed a tear, not even a tear, when like
Right.
celebrities pass and everything. This one was different. Like I was legitimately crying, like on my
It
bed.
was, man. I
It
feel you,
was
man.
because
Yeah,
like
it was
he
different.
even like even if you hated him, if you're a Celtics fan or whatever, like you got to respect his game and the impact he left. It's like we grew up with him. You don't really there's those people that you don't really know personally, but
Yeah,
you feel like you know them because you've like watched their life and evolution throughout the years, and then
exactly.
the ups and the downs, the celebrations, the valleys, the hills. So and then like I grew up with him. For me personally, like there's all those little things that you find to relate to yourself. Like he was drafted in '96. I was born in '96. His number is his later number was 24. My birthday's like April 24. All this little stuff, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
dang, man.
Yeah. So like you find all these little things like as you grow up that you even more so connect with. And then like I legitimately feel like he in a sense raised me like just like people speak about it a lot, the mama mentality, but like I've used that to like get me through a lot of things, even if it's just simple stuff like
Exactly, man.
getting through a workout,
Yeah,
or just facing adversity. Just it's kind of like what would Kobe do, kind of thing, you know?
yeah. Because Kobe, he was basically part of your family. Everybody that's a Kobe fan, or even a big time Laker fan. Because like growing up, my family, we're all Laker fans, and that's what we always look forward to is watching Kobe play. But
Mhm.
just the fact of what he does off the court, being a girl dad, I think
Mhm.
that's what hit a lot of people, because he wanted to spend time with his family and his girls. So I think that's what hurt the most is when Gigi passed away with Kobe.
Yeah.
Just losing his daughter and then the rest of the families that were on board. But I think Kobe meant a lot to everybody as a family, because they
Yeah.
brought their families together. And I don't think it's just Laker fans. You know, a lot of people are just Kobe Bryant fans, period.
Yeah.
You know, because Kobe meant a lot to them. And
basketball fans in general, you know.
yeah, man. Yeah. So
At some point, he's probably your favorite player's favorite player or greatest rival. Or, you know, he's
oh man, I think all the players playing right now, Kobe's their favorite player.
yeah,
You know,
because
like
everyone playing now is like my age. Like we grew up,
yeah,
we didn't really grow up with Jordan. We
yeah,
grew up with Kobe, you know.
yeah. So you know, I'm a little bit older than you, but we're not gonna say my age. but I was actually a Magic Johnson fan. Like he was my Kobe.
Mm,
But then when Kobe came, oh man, like I just fell in love with Kobe and his game, man.
yeah,
And man, it's like I was telling you, it's just I just can't believe he's gone. You know, it's crazy.
yeah. I have a Magic jersey too. I was gonna wear it, but I wore it on my other podcast. I was like, I'll
Yeah,
switch it. I gotta rock Kobe today.
yeah.
But
I know I was gonna wear my Magic jersey too. So, but you know where you need to get your LeBron
I
jersey,
do,
man.
I do. I'm waiting for
Yeah,
them to drop the Mamba one, the
the
black
Mamba.
ones with the snake
Yeah,
skin.
that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. When he passed too, what really kind of threw salt in the wound for me was yeah the fact that his daughter passed. But I keep thinking about like those last moments where they realized the chopper was
oh,
falling, and then
right.
you know Kobe probably just looked at his daughter and he realized like he can't do nothing. He probably just
I
had to hold
know.
her and that part. And then what also saddened me a lot was because it felt like he had so much else to do afterwards. I feel like basketball was maybe a third of his life and his legacy. He
Yep.
was he was like he had his hand in a bunch of different stuff and he was gonna do
Yeah,
a
he was
lot
just
of different
beginning.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of stuff. He was just
Like the
beginning.
dude won an Oscar for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Like Michael
That's
Jordan no
crazy.
got an Oscar.
Nope, nope. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I just feel like he was I was watching Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. They have a podcast too.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then Kobe was their first guest of 2020. Like they got him on right before he passed. And
yeah. I
then
watched that
you
podcast
watched
too.
that one? I watched it
Yeah,
like
that was
three
good.
times, I think, bro.
Yeah,
I remember that part where Kobe was saying I forgot what the question was, but Kobe responded like, if basketball is the greatest thing I've done in my life, then I've failed. I gotta make sure the next 20 years are he said something like are better than the previous 20 years, which just showed
right.
his mentality. Like he wasn't done. Like he had so much more to do, whether it's related to basketball or not. So it was just really like I was interested to see what he was gonna do with his life, you know, because you can kind of tell like he was into like a lot of storytelling and videography and books and helping
Yeah,
out children, and
right.
so I was like, oh wow.
Especially his daughter Gigi and her basketball. You
Mhm.
know, like her team and her games, and like because Gigi, I think Gigi was gonna carry on that basketball side
Yeah,
of
because I
Kobe
know
Bryant
the older one,
because
she's like a
Gigi could
volleyball
ball.
player. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, the older. She's tall too.
yeah,
Yeah, so but yeah, Kobe kind of predicted the championship and everything too in that podcast.
yeah.
You know, he was like, give it like 2 years and the Lakers would be back on top like how they usually were.
Hmm. And then
And
he said they're gonna laugh
you
in the
know,
face of these Warrior fans that
yeah,
came out of nowhere.
exactly. And now look, everything Kobe said is coming into play right now, man. So
Yeah,
man, I
I
don't
gotta.
know. It's like Kobe was God said, man.
He definitely like.
Yeah,
I've never witnessed um a a celebrity's death impact the whole world the way his did. Even like
bro,
no
man.
disrespect to anybody, like rest in
Yeah,
peace to everybody, but his one like you had people from other sports, people in other crafts, people
yep,
in all every single country painting huge murals and everything. You
yep.
know, it's like
Wearing his jersey and
he
everything.
he is worldwide and he shook the
He
world with it.
was,
And yeah,
man.
I think he's and because he's relatable. You know, like he
Yeah,
had he's not perfect either. He wasn't born with like a magic touch like Reggie Miller or
yeah,
Ray Allen. He worked on his shot, you know.
yeah. He
Like
worked on his craft. Yep.
yeah, so he's relatable. Like he's not perfect. He has to put in work, or otherwise he'll stay stagnant. He faces adversity. He has drama.
Yep.
All this stuff. So he's very as 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 like a unicorn type of being that he seems like he is. Like he's such a rare special talent. he worked for that, and he's very grounded, because it's like
Yep.
he started here, and then like I remember too in the podcast with that Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, he was saying the reason why he was pissed and wanted to leave like early in his career is because like LeBron, they were starting him from the jump. Kobe, they benched him for like the first 3 years or something
Yeah.
like that. So it's like imagine his stats if he just got to play for like that's 3 years of points he
It
could have
was
added,
right. Yeah.
steals, all that. So I gotta ask, bro, because I know you're a Lakers fan and I know you're a Chargers fan. You
Yeah.
you were you born? Or do you have California roots, or is it like SoCal for you?
No,
Home,
you
second
know,
home.
no, believe it or not, like SoCal is not, anything. Like a lot of my family is in Northern Cal,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are Warriors and Niner fans.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, I know for real, right? And then cause my mom's brother was a diehard Laker fan,
Mhm.
and he would always watch the games, and I would always be right there with him watching the games. So he pretty much got me into liking the Lakers, and then I started loving the Lakers, and I got my brothers to like it, and eventually my whole family got into liking the Lakers. Nora's family, they were already Laker fan. Pastor
Yeah, yeah,
Vili, he's a diehard Laker,
yeah. I knew that.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so like
It just
you know how you're a diehard Laker fan. If the Lakers lose, you don't want to talk to nobody. You're pissed off. You're grumpy, right?
I
But
feel
when
that.
they win, yeah, when they win, you're the happiest person in the world. And me and Pastor Vili, we relate to that. So when the Lakers lost, we have that same feeling. We don't want only Laker fans can talk to each other, but anybody else they don't want to talk to.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Just
but
like
yeah, that's how it all started. I was actually a 49er fan at first.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and then my brother Reeves, he actually got me into liking the Chargers because he was actually a Sacramento Kings fan. You remember that Kings
Hmm.
Lakers,
Yeah, yeah.
series? Yeah. So I kind of switched him into liking the Lakers, and then he switched me into liking the Chargers. So
Oh,
that's how I became a Charger fan. But
he's a Vladi fan, wasn't
bro, oh man, the flop king.
he?
But bro, man, it is so hard being a Chargers fan.
I feel you, bro.
It's so
I'm a
hard, man.
Cowboys fan.
I know, man. I feel for you. That was a bad injury Dak had, man.
That was,
But
man.
I didn't know you guys had Andy Dalton. I didn't know that was
Yeah,
you guys' backup, man.
yeah,
You guys got a good backup.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was really hyped too when they drafted Bradley Anai, the Lightyear boy.
Oh, yeah.
He was a steal. Like a lot of people like didn't. He's like under the radar. He was a
Yeah.
steal kind of a pick. But
We
yeah,
got a local boy too.
on
We
Chargers.
got from Laie too, Alohi Gilman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He from Notre Dame, so we drafted. So
Oh, I
he's
see.
he's a rookie right now, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Nye is a good. He's pretty good, man.
Yeah. No, man, I remember just seeing the video, like, because the Cowboys game was the same day as the Lakers game. And
Yeah.
then ironically, we had a Zoom board meeting for church. So I'm over there, like I got the meeting here, acting like I'm not acting, I'm trying to be present.
Right.
And then I'm watching the Cowboys game and I'm going back and forth with the Lakers game. And
Yeah.
then, bro, like my whole mood just switched when I went back to the Dallas game and I said, wait, what happened? I totally missed
Yeah.
like his foot. I was like, oh man.
Oh,
And then when I seen them wheeling Dak out of the stadium,
yeah.
I saw him crying. I
That
knew
was
that wasn't
emotional,
because
man.
of the pain of his foot. I know he
Yeah.
wanted to play, and so I just prayers up to that guy. Like
Yeah.
for
Hopefully this
speedy
isn't
recovery.
a career-ending injury for him.
Yeah.
So but a lot of people came back from work, like um Alex Smith.
Same type
Remember?
of
Yeah.
yeah.
His whole leg. He went. I don't know if you watched that documentary about Alex Smith.
Not the
How
whole
he went
thing,
through
but
the
I
whole
seen the
surgery.
section.
Yeah. But bro, his leg was gruesome, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was gruesome. But he I think it was that same Sunday he came back because their quarterback got hurt and Alex Smith came in and took over. But I mean they lost, but for the fact that him to come back to the game after that bad leg injury, that speaks a
Yeah.
lot, man.
I
Yeah.
know.
So
I seen people like Paul George, Gordon Hayward. They were all tweeting out for
oh
Zach. Because
yeah,
like they experienced the like potentially career-ending injury, and
right.
then they made the comeback. So I thought that was
Exactly,
cool.
man.
People who experienced something similar were like reaching out to him.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
I know it's tough right now for your Cowboys,
it's
man.
been, man. It's been.
So
It's
are
like,
we both 1-4?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, man.
yes. I was scared
You
we were
know
gonna.
who's a surprise? I guess it's not a surprise, but like Tennessee Titans, man.
Oh yeah,
Man,
man.
Tannehill is tearing it up over there, man.
Even Cleveland, I was like
Yeah.
when we lost to Cleveland like 2 weeks
Oh
ago.
man.
I like almost spinning back kicked my TV, bro.
Well,
Man,
my team, we blew I think 3-4 games now. We blew leads. Like they came back and beat us. Like we had like 20-3, 24-7 leads.
you guys
And
play
we
last
just
weekend?
we played last weekend and we lost to who did we lose to again? But we blew a lead in that game too. Oh, New Orleans. We had the Monday night game. Yeah, our kicker missed that field goal, which could have won the game.
Mm.
And then we went overtime.
Man, us too. Dallas last week when Dak got injured, we were leading the whole game. I think after halftime they let it slip, and then we barely won because of a field goal. Also, I was like, man,
yeah, I remember that. You guys beat the Giants too with Dalton.
I know, but we better have beat the Giants. Come on, man.
But dang, man, it's tough being a Chargers fan, man. It's tough. But you know, like I was telling everybody else, my Lakers made up for this crappy season with the Chargers. So
Yeah.
it's still early. Yeah.
2020 wasn't all that bad after LA brought it home.
Yeah, bro. I'm just so happy. You know, I'm gonna rep my Lakers all this year until the next season. So yeah.
Which I believe is like around the corner already, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. If the season didn't cut short, the new season will be starting at the end of this month, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I can't wait for the next season already, man.
I know. What's your opinion on Houston's small ball mentality? How they don't have no bigs, no centers, hardly any power forwards.
Yeah, it's to me like I don't know, like not to not have a big man. I don't know how they do it, man. You know, I guess that's why Harden is just constantly shooting the ball and scoring like 50 points a game.
Yeah.
But that's a good question, man. That's a good question.
Because I mean, it's been tried and true. It's a proven key factor to winning championships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You slow the game down and like rebounds and stuff. And then that's why at first it didn't occur to me that like that series, Howard and McGee weren't really playing. I just thought maybe Coach Vogel was kind of just sitting them out. I was like, oh, it's a tactic because although defensively their presence would be felt, I don't know if they can keep up with the melee driving and cutting and everything. So I was like, oh, I understand now. It made sense. I thought they were just not playing just because whatever.
But Vogel's a good coach, man. Like real smart coach. Like he took on, like you said, that the small ball that the Rockets was doing, and the Heat tried to do that with us too, but it just didn't work. I mean, it's crazy how like each series we won 4-1, and then we beat the Heat 4-2. I'm just like man, it went through so fast. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, man, I can't even believe we won the championship, man. But I'm not gonna complain.
It hasn't. It hasn't. I don't know. Like it hasn't fully settled in yet. But
yeah, because it's been 10 years, and like it's always been either the Warriors or
Heat,
the Cavs, the Heat. The Lakers was never in that subject about championship.
Plus, too, with the whole like just the whole all these different factors for this, not just this season, this year in terms of the world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you, bro. Game 5 when Danny Green and Markieff Morris finished off the game that way. What went through your head?
we were actually working that night at the White Kelly What the Truck. It's this food truck vendor. And when LeBron, I seriously thought LeBron was gonna take the shot, man. But he got like triple team and he threw it out to Danny Green. And when Danny missed that shot, man, oh man, I seriously wanted to throw my phone out the window, man. But I don't know, like Danny Green, like through the whole playoffs, man, he was just off. And then I just think Markieff Morris, he panicked at that last minute.
I didn't even know what that
Like,
was. Was it a lob, a pass, like a panic shot?
man,
He just kind of threw it straight.
I think he tried to lob it to AD, but he like Markieff just panicked at the last second and just threw it over. So, but those were two bonehead plays. Those two guys.
I know.
But
what trips me out the most is Danny Green. I mean, his whole image is a marksman. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He has the bullseye target tatted on his elbow. He has dead shot, bullseye, green arrow. Like all these people, like, I mean that one. I was like, oh god. Okay, whatever. It was short, but like the fact that you were literally wide open, and then
wide open.
Markieff too. Like even if you panic, like you had enough time to like set up and pull up for a regular shot and just throw it out there like that, you know. But then,
plus he had KCP right there. He could have just tossed it to KCP, and KCP came through in the playoffs, man.
I just want to say, Contavious Caldwell Pope, I apologize for everything I said in the beginning of the season. Bro, I
hated him. I hated KCP in the beginning of the season, man.
Man, he was shooting bricks every day, and then there was memes, trade him, everything, and then he just turned it around.
Man, he came through in the playoffs, KCP. He hit a lot of clutch shots, man.
He did. But I apologize for everything I said.
Yeah, the roles kind of switched because, you know, that Danny Green became that KCP, and KCP became Danny Green. But I think Danny Green just rushed it, man. Like, he kind of, that looked like a panic shot.
He was super short, you know?
Yeah. He was way short.
Yeah. I had other opinions too. I thought, you know, LeBron being LeBron with his stature and how he's known to finish. Like you probably could have went up and finished it, but they quadrupled him, and then I don't know. Like you were doing lobs all season long, like draw the defense, lob it. I mean, that's all past tense. But you know, I was like, man, you could not have asked for a more open shot.
A lot of people were saying, how come LeBron just didn't take the shot? I think that was a play that Vogel wrote out for them to do. That's why they ran that play. But I mean, damn, like, I mean, how do you miss an open shot like that? And you're like this, you know,
you're a known
sharp shooter. Yeah, you're a sharp shooter known. And man,
I don't even recall honestly where did Vogel come from? When I knew of him and I did my homework when they signed him, but I don't even remember like where he was.
He actually came. He was with the Pacers, Indiana Pacers.
That's right.
Yeah, and he led the Pacers to like the playoffs almost every year. And
when he had Paul George in them.
Yeah, and Oladipo and all those guys, and he did pretty good with the Pacers. But when the Lakers picked him up, I was like, Frank Vogel, like who's this guy? Yeah, like who's this guy? I know he did good at the Pacers, but man, like there's a lot of guys we doubted at first in the beginning of the season, and they came through, man. Like who would have thought Caruso would be
starting
the way he
in the finals?
That's a bad boy, man. Caruso he's a bad boy, man.
Yeah, for real. Even like I mean, he didn't get to finish out, but like Avery Bradley, he came through a lot during the season.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate about him. I mean, I understand why he did what he did, and I respect that. Well, it was like him, and people forget too. We still got technically under contract. We got like Cousins.
Yeah,
we got Boogie.
Yep. So only if Boogie was healthy, man, he would have been a big part of the. But the J.R. Smith, man, didn't play 1 minute in the playoffs, man, and he was the first one to take his jersey off.
I remember when I seen the game clock winding down.
Yeah,
they flashed the bench. I was like, "Yo, J.R. shirt's off already."
Man, he represents all us Laker fans, man. We never played 1 minute. But, you know, we're the first one to take our jerseys off and cheer, man.
So. Bro, I remember we went through those years of, like, Ryan Kelly, Rob Sacre.
Yeah, like, bro, Smoosh Parker.
We earned this.
Oh, bro. We had some terrible players.
With that for years.
We had some bad teams, man.
Yeah.
we had some bad teams, man. So if you didn't stick with the Lakers through those teams,
Get
then
out
you're
of here
not a
right
Laker
now.
fan. Yeah, you're not a Laker fan, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, I gotta ask because you brought it up. You so just for the people watching, if they want to go check it out, you and Nora run a food truck.
Yeah, it's actually our family business.
Okay.
Um, it's actually Pastor Vili, my father-in-law.
Yeah.
Him and Rona, Nora's sister, they actually started this Vifala business, and
Okay.
at first it started off as a fundraiser. I still remember when Rona decided that she was going to sell Vifala to raise money, and people laughed at her, man. A lot of people said, Vifala, who's going to buy Vifala? And eventually, throughout the years, so we've been doing this for about almost 6 years now, and it's finally reaching to the point where Vifala is known out there. But since the pandemic happened, we couldn't sell at the parks no more. We couldn't pop up our tent, so Pastor decided to get a food truck.
Smart.
And yeah, it's been a blessing ever since. So shout out to Pastor J. Dean and Mark Tunay. They're pastors at Ark of Safety. So they blessed us with this food truck. And, we were able to resign from our jobs and do this full time. And it's been a blessing, man. And, if we were doing a live podcast at your house, I would have brought you some Vifala, man. You and your dad. So,
Hey, my
I know
dad,
because your dad, I know your dad, he loves Vifala. He loves Samoan stuff.
yeah, he does. I swear to God, my dad is Samoan at heart, bro.
Yeah, man.
This
Yeah,
is the
I
people
love
he
your
grew
dad,
up in
man.
church, and then his friends
Yeah,
in like Farrington and Lilihua. Just for the
yeah,
people
because
who, sorry,
Pastor and your dad, they're really close. They're really
yeah,
close.
they went on
Yeah,
that. I mean, they always were, and then I think especially after they went on that mission trip to Colombia together.
yeah,
So
yep. I hear a lot of stories about that, with
yeah,
Pastor and your dad. So
yeah. Like
yeah,
so for the people watching, Jimmy's father-in-law and my dad, whose name's Jimmy also.
yeah,
I forgot what year. I think it was before 2010, maybe around there. They
right.
went to Colombia and South America, and
Yep, yep,
for like I think a good 2 weeks, they did
yep,
mission work. They literally with wood and nails built a
yep.
church and
Exactly.
yeah,
Yep.
everything.
Yeah,
Just
Pastor told me all that stories.
yeah.
They would have prayer meeting like 2 a.m,
Hmm.
and then
I
it will
think
be like a whole day thing. So
yeah, I think the reason for that is because it's literally the biggest church in the biggest Nazarene church in South
yeah,
America.
yeah,
Like they have services the whole weekend, Friday through Sunday, like 5 times a day. Like it's like 50,000, 40,000, like members, and it's like literally the biggest Nazarene church in South America. So that's
yeah,
awesome that they can say they were a part of that and
yeah,
they
yeah.
helped build that. You know what I mean? For the people watching who don't know, explain to people what is Vifala.
So my father is a Samoan dessert drink. It's a milk-based drink, so it has chopped up fruits and like pineapple. So we have pineapple, watermelon, banana,
Coconut, something like
strawberry, yeah, mango, and then now we have ice cream,
Oh yeah.
Faucicalo ice cream. So that's like one of our top sellers right now. Um, Vifala, like nobody knew what Vifala was
Hmm.
until you know a lot of us started selling it. But it's it's a delicious drink that Samoans make. I mean, if you would have asked someone about Vifala, everybody grew up drinking that
Hmm.
as a child. So it's pretty much a milk based fruit drink. So
Yeah. You know what's funny? I
yeah.
had Vifala maybe a week or two ago. My one coworker, I have a lot of Samoan coworkers at the
Oh,
mental
okay.
hospital. So one of
Yeah.
them brought, and then she was pouring a cup. And I was like, "Oh, what is that?" She's like, "Oh, Vifala, you want some? Do you know what this is?" I was like, "Do I know what this is?" Yeah. Bro, it was so good. And you know why? The first time I tried it, like years ago, why I like gravitated towards it real quick was because it kind of like Filipinos, we kind of have a bunch of things that are kind of similar. Like for one, halo
Yeah.
halo, it's milk based. It's like ice,
Right.
almost like a frappe texture, and there's a bunch of different fruits blended, or even
Yep.
like the ice candy we sell in the plastic tube that you eat
Yeah.
like Gogurt. It's like a ice candy, but when it's melted, it's like a drink, like a shake smoothie
Right.
almost. It's
Yeah.
milk
A lot a
based with
lot
a
of a
bunch
lot of
of
people
yeah.
compare that to Halo Halo. Yeah. So we hear that a lot.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah.
why when I
So
tried it for the first time, I was like, this is like this is normal to me.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So
we get a lot of Filipinos that come through. They love
oh
the
yeah.
watermelon. A lot of them buy the watermelon, man. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I oh man, I gotta come check it out. So I thought you guys were at like one location. So the food truck moves all over.
Yeah. So every day we have a different location.
Mhm.
So but it's same time 11 to 6, and right now like we're trying to find like a hot spot, and so a lot of our hot spots is like Salt Lake Target.
Mhm.
It used to be Geiger and Evo Beach, but ever since everything opened back up, Geiger kind of slowed down. So, but you know, every week we change our location. We try to cater to people, you know, like our customers coming out from like Kaneohe,
Yeah.
and that way they don't have to drive all the way out to Geiger and Evo Beach. So
Mhm.
we try to come as close to where our customers are at to cater to them. So, but man, like shout out to all our customers that come through. A lot of them like they literally drive all the way out to like Evo Beach from Hawaii Kai,
Yeah.
Kaneohe. There's just one time we were selling in Hawaii Kai at Coco Marina,
Mhm.
and we had a family from Waianae drive all the way out to Coco Marina to get some of the Fauci ice cream. That's how bad they wanted their fix. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So yeah, we really appreciate everybody that's supporting,
Wow.
and
That's a drive.
yeah, yeah, support small local
Yeah, yeah.
businesses, man.
Especially in
Like
these
yeah,
times.
right,
Does
right.
the
So
food truck have like a social media where they announce where they're gonna be every day and stuff?
yeah, yeah. So our page on IG and Facebook, it's at Perefoti Island Fix.
I'll throw it in
Um,
the description and all that. You
yeah,
know. Yeah.
Perefoti Island Fix. So they can check out our page, see our location.
You guys like in the
Our
morning you post up where you at.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So Nora runs that. She runs that whole page. So she usually posts up our location in time, the night before,
Hmm.
or usually 2 nights before to let everybody know where we'll be at and stuff. So, but a lot of times we have a set location
Hmm.
on certain days. So a lot of our customers are aware of that sometimes too. So,
What would you say is your guys' most popular, best-selling item that you guys have in the menu?
right now it's the original Vaifala. It's
Hmm.
the you know the original pineapple, and then our ice cream, of course. That's
Oh,
probably our top seller.
I
Yeah.
gotta
So
try that.
it, yeah, yeah. So Faucicalo, people compare it to Kulolo.
Okay.
So that's it. The thing about the ice cream, it's the sauce, man. So once you try it and you taste the sauce mixed with the ice cream, and then there's like little pieces of so we call it faucicalo. So it's taro. They grate the taro, and it's
Hmm.
almost like mochi.
Okay.
So yeah. So once you
In the
try
ice
that
cream.
in the ice cream, so it's in the
Ooh.
ice cream with the sauce, and then man, it's just your taste buds are gonna love it.
Hey man, growing up in a Filipino household, we in our culture we got ice cream with blocks of cheese in there and with like
What?
yeah, it's like we have ice cream with anything in it. So I'm down to try anything with ice cream.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. I definitely got you, man. I definitely
Okay,
got
for
you.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. I read
Oh man.
oh so not to switch gears quick on you, but I just wanted to ask. So you obviously have a huge following on social media. You have like 40,000 plus followers. And you do a bunch of viral videos, funny videos, comedic videos with a lot of the other people on the
Yeah.
islands who do those. And some of them I know, like Blaze went to college with
Yeah.
him, Cowboys
Oh,
fan.
okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
Kaneki, we used to play at the this church basketball league in IAEA all the
Oh,
time. So
okay. Right, right.
how did that all start? When did you blow up? And then how did you like? Did you just do it
It,
for fun, and then one day they just caught fire, or how did that all begin?
yeah. I say about 5 years ago, when Instagram started coming on, it was hot. Um, Nora actually introduced me to Instagram, and then I saw a video of a Samoan guy making funny videos. His name's Jason Falafua at Prospect is his Instagram name,
Hmm.
and I saw his video, and I told Nora, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start making funny videos too. I think I can do what that guy does. And Nora kind of like, okay, whatever, you know. So I started just making videos, just making funny videos, and uh, the guy Jason Prospect took notice of it, and so he asked me if he wanted to collab. So I started collabing, making videos with him, and then my following kind of went up, and then but I give props to Jason for helping me get into the game and stuff like that. And then I met Russell Sateli, and Russell was big on Vine that time.
When Vine was alive.
Yeah, when Vine was alive. So, all that, it's amazing how 7 seconds you can do a funny video in 7. So, yeah, Russell, I was a big fan of Russell. And then, like, after Vine went down and then Instagram was taking over, Russell reached out to me and asked if he wanted to collab. So I met up with Russell, and then I met Keely. Then we did videos, and eventually met up with Kaneke and all the rest of the guys. And then
that's awesome.
I think the video that probably blew me up was that mayonnaise video.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
I remember seeing them because a lot of your videos are in Samoan. And just sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, usually when it's a Samoan video, I have no idea what you guys are saying.
Right.
But I can tell, like, the vibe is funny. Like, what you guys are doing is funny. So I just like it. I just go, So what was that mayonnaise thing?
So the mayonnaise thing, there's actually this YouTube guy who does funny videos. He's called the Samoan Dude. So shout out to the Samoan Dude. So he did this mayonnaise thing. He was playing like a chef. And he was just adding mayonnaise, and then he just kept saying "kua kua" the mayonnaise, and he just kept going. So I did a video, which means put more mayonnaise.
Okay.
Keep adding more mayonnaise in Samoan. So I did a video, and then it went viral. Like all the Samoan community started sharing it, and then eventually they started saying "kua kua" all the mayonnaise.
That's
and
awesome.
then now it's this is Pango thing, So.
Yeah, man. A lot of times, not a lot. I said it again. Every time when it's in Samoan, I don't know what's being said, but I can tell it's funny.
So now I put subtitles in my videos so people can understand. Yeah, but a lot of my videos, it relates to our Samoan community, and a lot of it has to do with my dad and growing up, in my childhood. So,
were you born in Samoa?
No, I was actually born in Washington State.
Okay.
But I was raised in Germany because I was a military brat.
Oh, okay.
And then I was a basketball freak. Like basketball was my first love, and that's basically all I did with my brothers. We just played basketball. And then when I tore both of my ACLs, now I'm still a basketball fan, but like I don't have that love of playing basketball anymore. Like right now, like my focus is just doing videos, and hopefully one day I'll get paid making videos or doing whatever, and so to go off subject, I didn't start getting into praise and worship and musicians until I met Nora and Pastor, man.
Oh yeah.
But when I saw you come with your uncles and them, I was like, dang, man, like, your family is talented just as well, man. So
thank you, man. No, yeah, growing up in the church and having like sister and brother congregations, in terms of like, everybody's talented, but in terms of like the worship and the praise and worship, the music part, man, every time we had events or like big gatherings, the Samoan churches always got it popping, bro. Like
man.
Sometimes too, like I shout out to Uncle Matt. Them, it's just one keyboard with the hip hop beat, and then like a bunch of singers.
Uncle Matt, Woo! First church,
I feel like you had a hip hop concert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I tell Nora, I call him like the P. Diddy of the Nazarene. Because he always got those smooth beats coming. Like he'll hit the keyboard and like, it's like, dang, man, that's what's up.
Man, he's been doing that forever. I remember being a kid listening to that, and then
I didn't know about the Nazarene until I married Nora, man. And then because I come from the Assembly of God background. Yeah, because my dad's a pastor in the Assembly of God. But then when I married Nora and I started coming to the Nazarene full time, and I'm like, wow, man, the Nazarene is what's up, man.
How did you and Nora meet anyway?
I met her through her uncle, Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you met her uncle, Paul, but I was in Stockton. Yeah, I was in Stockton, and he showed me a picture of Nora, and it was kind of like love it. That was it, man.
That's it.
It was like love.
So
You know, that's exactly what happened. I was in Stockton. I actually moved back to Hawaii, and I still remember it was in 2008. That's when we lost to the Celtics. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we lost to the Celtics there, and then we won the following year,
In
09.
09 with Magic. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was the last. But yeah, that's how I met Nora, and then Pastor Vili, he's the one that actually taught me how to play the drums and everything.
Oh really?
Yeah. I before I met Nora, I knew nothing about praise and worship, the instruments and everything.
Bro, the way
And
you
then
play, I would think you've been playing your whole life.
no, bro, I've been playing for about going on 6 years now,
Wow,
and
bro.
I learned everything from Pastor Vili is a talented man,
He is.
man.
He is.
Yeah, so
Good speaker also.
yeah, very good speaker. And
He
then
spoke at our church a few times.
I learned everything from him, and yeah, it's just and then once I came into the Nazarene, like it's weird because Assembly of God, I really didn't want to give 100% to the church, and I which I feel bad at now, but like when I came into the Nazarene, like it kind of like opened my eyes, to you know taking part of the praise team and everything, and giving because like I was telling you, like I had the love for basketball, and then when I hurt my knees, like I didn't have the love anymore, and then I started loving, doing praise and worship, any church activities. It all changed when I came into the Nazarene. So, but a lot of people don't know. I think like a little bit of people know, but like you yourself, a lot of people don't know I played the drums, man.
Yeah, that's why that was one of the first things I addressed when we
Yeah,
started. I was like, everybody knows you, like the food truck business, and you're
yeah,
like huge on social media. But this guy is a mean drummer, bro. Like,
yeah, man. But shout out to Travis, man. I miss Travis. Yeah,
yeah.
that guy's. That's I always watch you and Travis's worship stuff
Oh,
because Travis
thanks,
is
man.
he's a good drummer and Congo player too, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
What's
so
that's the same situation with him. Like, so he didn't for for a good portion, yeah. But like in the very beginning when we were kids, he wasn't around yet. So my uncle Chris brought Travis. He was going through something at the time, and my uncle Chris invited him to church, and it was one of those things where he just never left. Next thing you know,
oh
he became like a Sunday school teacher. He became youth president for a good amount of years. He learned how to
yeah,
play drums and fall in love with like playing instruments because of church and everything. So same situation like
right.
you, even tore an ACL
Wow,
like you.
man. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's a diehard Laker fan.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Wow,
I knew
man.
like when we were jamming and practicing together, I was like, I mean, yeah, you can click with everybody. I was like, oh, him and Trevor,
Yeah,
they're gonna like vibe on this different level. Like they're very
yeah,
similar. Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
still keep in touch with Travis on IG, like how I keep in touch with you.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
I just
man, that's
wanna,
what's up.
yeah, I just wanna say thank you for tagging me in your video of teasing the Cowboys when I think it was like me, Blaze, and your other friend. I
Yeah,
was like, I
yeah,
got a
yeah,
notification like, oh, the real athlete tagged you in a post. I was like, what is? Oh,
yeah. The Suilo Penti song. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Well,
actually it's. One of my followers sent me that song. It actually means change your panty in Samoan. So I kind of made it like the losers anthem, and it's
yeah,
big in the NFL
yeah,
because a lot of people are playing. They're either playing that or saying "sui,"
yeah.
when their team loses. But you're the only like you're one of the biggest Cowboy fans that I know. You, Blaze, and a couple other guys that I know.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I gotta tag Jordan, man.
I, I, I was like, oh, I like I said, I was just getting done with the board meeting on Zoom, and
Yeah,
I was like halftime through the Lakers game, and I got a notification. I was like, what is it? I
I
didn't
gotta
even.
ask, bro. I gotta ask, man. What made you become a Cowboys fan?
Uh, it's kind of like, so it's a family thing. Like in our family, especially like the Valenzuela family, you're a Laker and a Cowboy. If not, you're
Oh,
in the wrong house. So
right.
like the Lakers, it was just always kind of Lakers. I don't know if it's a Filipino thing with the purple and yellow, but like no, we were always like my uncle and my dad. Them we were always Laker fans. But the Cowboys thing, there's an actual story to that one. Um, it's because so my grandpa was brought here to the States by the Nazarene Church to start a Filipino congregation, right?
Oh, okay.
So if not for that, then I'd be in Philippines. So he the Nazarene Church brought my grandpa and his family out here, and then my grandpa was at the time when he was pastoring, he we shared still yeah we shared a building with another congregation, another Nazarene congregation, and at the time the pastor there, his name was Pastor Jack Smith. He's like a grandpa to us too, and
Oh,
he's
okay.
he's from Texas, Dallas, Texas.
Oh,
So him and my grandpa became super close, and they literally because this is our church, Pastor Jack's church house, and then across the street is my grandparents' house.
wow.
So they would like partner pastors all the time, like just neighbors, buddies, good buddies. And the reason, because my grandpa, he wasn't really into sports, but he kind of was. He had the impression of the Cowboys put on him because I think the story is one Sunday after church, they were all kind of just chilling at my grandpa's lanai watching the game over some barbecue, and then he said, "I like this team." Because Pastor Jack's a Cowboys fan, right? So he had the
Yeah,
Cowboys
yeah.
game on, which is always on Sundays, like any
Right.
team. So my grandpa was like, "I like this team. I'm gonna follow this team. I'm gonna be a fan of this team. Why? Because they prayed before they went out. I guess they showed some.
Oh,
I guess they showed some like behind the scene footage in the locker room before kickoff. Like the Cowboys team, they were all huddled up with the coach in the middle, said a prayer, and then my
right.
grandpa being a pastor, like, oh, I like that team. I'm a Cowboys fan. And then because of that, my dad, my uncles, and then throughout the years, me, my sisters, my cousins, that's what
Oh,
it
so
is.
your whole family are Cowboy fans?
Immediate family, like the Valenzuelas.
Oh,
Like
okay.
my other
Yeah.
relatives, we got a bunch of Steelers and Cardinals too, and
Niners.
whatever. Niners.
Yeah.
Trav,
Oh, there's
Trav's
a.
in,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because my one uncle he went to
Yeah.
college in Arizona and he lives there
Oh,
now. He's a Cardinals fan. But like the immediate,
oh,
like the
okay.
Valenzuelas is like Lakers and Cowboys. If not, you're in the wrong house, bro.
Man,
You're not
it's
eating.
just like us. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
you
like
better
us,
change your
man.
shirt or your jersey, or you're not gonna get
Yeah.
this plate.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You're gonna starve out there.
Hey, man, it's serious like that when families have certain teams. It's serious like that, man.
Yeah,
So, oh man, that's what's up,
yeah.
man.
So just in general, bro, how's I meant to ask this in the beginning, but just how's life been? Um, was
It
so with the whole COVID thing, like, did the food truck get on pause, or like, is everyone in the family okay? Everyone's healthy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're all doing well. When the pandemic first started, um, we kind of just stopped what we were doing. We stopped selling because everything was basically closed.
Hmm.
So I think it was in March when that whole pandemic thing started. So we kind of like took like a month and a half off, and we were just focused on doing live services for
Yeah.
church and stuff. And then when everything started opening back up, we went back to selling, and it at first it didn't seem the same. I guess because everybody was still trying to get used to this whole lockdown and stuff. But
Hmm.
we started doing good, and then when the second shutdown happened, um, we were like worried about how we are going to start selling,
Yeah.
and then pastor just you know just prayed about it, and then next thing we knew, we all decided to get a food truck, and then ever since the food truck, I feel like it's been a real big blessing for us. Um, it's been taking care of us, really well,
Hmm.
and I don't think I have anything to complain about that. Like I was telling you, Jordan, like we all resigned from our full time jobs,
To
and
run
we're
the
doing
truck.
this, yeah, to run the truck, and
That's awesome.
it's been a blessing, man. Life has been, like, believe it or not, with all the pandemic and everything that's been going on,
Hmm.
it's been a real big blessing for us, and I gotta say, like, I'm happy at where we're at right now. I'm even happier that the Lakers won a championship, man. That just makes up for everything that's happened
Yeah.
this year. You
Yep.
know, I know I can't bring Kobe back, but it's a legacy,
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
but yeah, that's a good question, man.
Yeah.
Life
I
has been
just wanted
really,
to check.
yeah, it's been really good, man. Yeah,
I
so
just
I do miss our Nazarene
like the
stuff that we do.
gatherings. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. So
I same. I wanted to ask, like, is there a specific way to like, do you have to meet with like, do you have to get approval from the food, uh, what is it, the county Department of Health,
yeah,
or like,
yeah.
can you
The
just literally,
DOH.
yeah, DOH, Department of Health, Do
Yeah.
you have, is everything gotta be green light from them, or you can just pull up wherever, and
Yeah, so you if you have a food truck, you have to have a permit. You
okay,
have to pass it. Like the DOH, they send an inspector to inspect your truck to make sure you have everything to make
sanitary
you
and all that.
qualify. Yeah, sanitary and all that. So we have all that. You have to have a permit and all that, and you pretty much can pull up to any spot
Hmm.
as long as it's not a private spot or.
Oh,
But you
nice.
pretty much can pull up anywhere. But for like pop up tents, like depending on where you're selling at, you can like pop up your tent at certain areas. But if there's like an area where they don't allow vendors to sell at,
Mhm.
you can't really sell. So a lot of times we post up like at the city parks,
Mm.
but only on the weekends because the cops don't really do anything on the weekends. But if you post up there during the
Uh,
week, then
Unless you hook
yeah,
them up
they'll
with a drink,
pretty much. But a lot of the HPD cops they're really cool unless
Yeah.
somebody calls and complains about it. But yeah, like you said, you have to get a permit if you have a food truck in order to run your business out of
Right,
a
right.
food truck. So yeah,
I wanted to ask too, how are you guys running your services? Because are you doing like a Facebook Live, or you record them, or because for
yeah.
us,
So
like we have so much band members, but because of social distancing, we split up into like
yeah.
groups. So we'll
Oh,
alternate,
okay.
record it, and then my dad will preach in our living room. My sister will record it, and then she edits it, puts
Oh,
it
okay.
together. Every Sunday, it's
Yeah,
uploaded.
we watch you guys
Oh yeah.
live services. So, yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
So
So how do you guys do it?
um, we used to do all that. We used to do live services. We usually do it at our house in the living room. So
Hmm.
we set it up like a church environment. So during when the lockdown first started, we used to do the live every week, and then after the lockdown lifted, um, we kind of went into the business full time. So right now we're just doing our own home service uh, with our family, just our immediate family.
Hmm.
So we're trying to get back into the live services. Right now, our facility hasn't opened up yet to where we're able to have service again because we actually use my father's facility, which I'm at right now,
Yeah,
but the facility hasn't opened up yet. So right now we're just doing home service. So
yeah, yeah. Well, main thing is you guys are, like nothing can stop God's work. You know,
oh yeah,
must go
yeah,
on, must go on. Yeah. Well,
exactly, man.
I don't wanna keep you too long, bro. I know it's kind of we started this kind of
Yeah,
late, but I
bro.
just want to say, on a genuine, serious note, bro, I miss you, man. I miss the whole family. Tell
I
everybody
miss
I
you
said
too, man.
I love them and I
I
miss them,
will.
and you guys take care.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this, bro. We gotta do this
No
again.
worries, Jordan. Hey, Jordan, man, you need to keep making those music videos, man, of you singing, your little singing. Yeah, you got to keep that up, man. I'm telling you, you're a very
Thank you, bro.
talented guy, man.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, so thank
my
you for
friend.
having me, man.
No, of course. No, I just want to say one time real quick. But my friend John, he's a Samoan guy too, and he makes music too. So when we collabed, we did that song, and then you posted it, and then you tagged us. I could tell he was
Oh,
tripping
John.
out. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
could tell he was
yeah. I,
like he
I,
was
I
super
actually,
ecstatic about it. And I was like, oh, Jimmy, that's my boy.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I met John at we did a movie together, Next Go Wins.
Oh yeah.
So we were on the same set. That's how I met John, man. He's
Nice.
really talented as well, man.
Yeah.
I was
Not.
surprised too when I saw that.
Yeah. Bro, I'm praying for that guy. I know
Wow.
he enlisted, yeah. So just praying for
Yeah.
safety for that dude. Yeah, I know him from the gym. We had a
Oh
couple
yeah.
mutual friends. We had a couple mutual friends, and then like we added each other on Instagram, and then next thing you know, the next time I saw him at the gym, I was like, hey, you make music? Like, yeah, you too?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Hey, we should do something. Like, ah, for sure, guarantee. Next thing you know, boom, and then yeah, the song is fire. Like
Man, yeah.
that
I'm serious, Jordan. Keep it up, man. You need to keep
thank you, bro.
making more of those videos, man. Yeah.
That guy pushed me too because I've done a few verses where I had a few lines like in Ilocano and all that, but he had like so many drop-ins lines of like where he just English, and he drop in a Samoan line or two, English Samoan.
Man, you
I'm like,
guys
oh, this
killed
guy
it,
is
man.
like making me like, gotta, I was like, okay, I gotta make sure at some point in my verse I got some Ilocano in there too, just to.
Yeah, man.
But
That
like,
was
yeah,
fire, man.
yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
that a
keep
lot.
it up, man.
Yeah, bro. Hey, thank you, John. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
I miss you, bro.
Thank
Tell the
you.
family I miss them. We love them. Praying for
I
you guys.
will. I
Everybody
will,
stay
man.
safe. happy, stay healthy. Keep doing what you guys doing. I'll put all the links for your channel, for the food truck, everything.
Thanks,
you guys
bro.
stay safe. I'll come check you guys out one time. I got to get one of those by Father.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I got you an ice cream.
And man, yeah, you're looking so swole every time I see you, man. Your chest is blocking the screen, man. Your chest is too big. All right, Jordan, man. I love you, bro.
One time before we head out, bro. Let's throw it up one more time, bro.
2020 champs, man. Go Lakers.
Go Lakers. Hey, Jimmy, I love you, brother. You take care, bro.
Love you, bro.
You
All
do,
right,
man.
thanks,
Thank
Jordan.
You.